Hi everyone, my name is Mary, and today I'm excited to present my research poster titled Outsourcing Memory, How the Expectation of Internet Access Decreases Internal Information Retention. For this presentation, I chose to dive into Chapter 7 on memory, specifically on how modern technology changes the way we encode, store, and retrieve information. In our daily lives, we have search engines at our fingertips. If we don't know a fact, a recipe, or an important date, we just look it up in seconds. This led to my research question: does the expectation of having access to online information diminish our internal memory encoding and recall? Before looking into the data, the hypothesis was that if people believe information is safely stored and accessible to them later, they will put less cognitive effort into encoding it, leading to lower internal recall rates compared to people who think that information is about to be deleted. So if we look down here at the methods section, to understand how psychologists actually study this question, I looked into the classic experimental methods used in this field by researchers like Sparrow and his colleagues. In these types of studies, participants are usually asked to read and type a series of simple trivia statements into a computer. Things like an ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain. The key to this research lies in the independent variable, which is the instruction given to the participants. Group A is placed in the save condition, meaning they are clearly told that the computer will save everything they type so they can view it later. Group B is placed in the erase condition, meaning they are told the computer will completely wipe their data as soon as they are finished. After typing the facts, they are given an unannounced blank sheet memory test. The dependent variable being measured is their actual memory performance, or the exact percentage of those trivia statements they can successfully recall on their own. So if we're looking in this middle section here, we can look at the actual results, which are illustrated in the bar graph here in the center. The data from Sparrow's 2011 study revealed a large gap in recall based entirely on what participants believed would happen to the data. As you can see on the chart, participants in the save condition who expected they could just look up the files later only recalled an average of 22% of the facts. On the other hand, participants in the erase condition who knew that they had no safety net successfully recalled 31% of the facts. This is a significant difference that proves a phenomenon known as cognitive offloading, or the Google effect. When our brains know that an external storage drive, like a computer or a phone, is handling the data, our brains opt out of internal encoding. Follow-up studies like Henkel's 2014 study on point-and-shoot memories showed that this isn't just a phenomenon. Henkel found that when people took photos of objects in a museum, they actually remembered fewer details about the objects themselves later compared to people who just observed them with their eyes. We are essentially letting our devices do the remembering for us. Now, if we move over here to the discussion area. So why does this information actually matter? First, it's important to clarify that this data doesn't mean technology is making us dumber. Instead, it shows that human memory is adaptive. Our cognitive strategies are shifting away from storing data to managing data pathways, meaning we are becoming experts at remembering where to find information rather than what the information is. In terms of improving lives, this research has huge implications for education. It suggests that educators should move away from traditional testing based on memorization. Since data is always at our fingertips, class time is much better spent teaching students critical thinking, source evaluation, and efficient problem solving. For the future, researchers are now looking into how growing up with smartphone technology from infancy impacts early childhood memory. Here's my reference list here, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and I look forward to reading your feedback and any questions you might have for me.